Well, it's Thursday at 4 o'clock, which means it's time for the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's the Bud List. And before we get to it, it's also time where we read some viewer mail. For the year 2023, we get just large satchels. It's like Santa's sleigh filled with letters. And I chose one today.
Santa brings the letters with him?
He does.
In his sleigh?
Because he wants to be like, oh, a teddy bear.
Oh, okay, got it.
Give somebody a PS5.
Yeah, makes sense.
They wanted a
Shouldn't
candy cane. Didn't end up being disappointed. Dear Wildes, Patriots got smacked by the Cowboys, and you thought we forgot. We didn't. Sincerely, Don. Wow, short and to the point, Don. I did mention something about wearing a bolo tie and a hat. So we just kind of, what's fair is fair.
It is not fair.
What's fair is fair.
What? That is not fair.
I said I would dress up. And
why do you have my body on your face and your body on my face?
I feel like I have.
Yeah, come on. What the? Wow. Y'all seen the brother with a T-shirt on here. You know that ain't nothing like me.
When have they seen that?
Oh,
upstairs?
You know I do some push-ups, Wild. At number 3, let's get this party started. We've had the battle for Broussard.
No.
I call this one the battle of the bottom. Now, Sean Payton, I'm going to keep it real. I believe in you, but you know who I believe most in of these two teams, these two guys and teams? Russell Wilson.
Wow.
Let's ride,
You're
baby.
back. Okay.
All right, at number 2, Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
Joe, you know I'm old school just like you. You know I'm from Ohio just like you. We got a lot of connections, actually. You were born in Iowa. I lived in Iowa for a spell.
I don't know.
You went to LSU. I was born in Louisiana. So we're like this, man. And I like you old school, you tough, Midwest toughness. All right? So when all these people are saying, oh, Joe, don't play. Oh, Joe, the calf. And you say, just give me the darn ball. I am with you. When you say, y'all soft. Let me play. I am with you. All right? But you aren't playing well. You aren't even playing solid. You aren't even playing decent, Joe. And I get it. We're not blaming you. It's the injury. All right? So this is your week. This is your week. If you can't go out and play well and lead your team to victory over the Arizona Cardinals, we probably should just sit you down.
What?
All right? Get healthy. I know you look, because you'll be what would they be, 1-4?
Yeah.
You're 1-3. You're trying to salvage the season. You're trying to help your team get to the playoffs, which again, I like. But if you lose to Arizona, the season might be done, so get healthy. And Zach Taylor, despite his answer the other day, he might just be like, you know what? Let's just sit Joe down. So I think he's got to get it done.
A roller coaster.
And Joe, I do believe in you. I believe you're going to go out there and get it done. So you'll keep playing like tough folks like us from Ohio. All right, at number 1, Dak Prescott. Dak, you spend a lot of time on this list. A lot of time. But that's what happens when you are the quarterback of an FBOB team. Even if you haven't been to the Super Bowl in 28 years, you still are the quarterback of the Dallas freaking Cowboys. So pressure, duress, that's what comes with it, and none bigger than this week. I know it's just a regular season game, but everybody wants to see what can Dak do against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the last 2 games haven't gone well. 3 interceptions in those games. I think just 2 touchdown passes from you. Look, Dak, no one doubts that you're a very good quarterback. No one doubts that the Cowboys can win games with you. What people are questioning is, can you beat the really good teams, the other great teams in the league? Can you lead this Cowboys team to a Super Bowl? And if you lose this weekend, especially if you play poorly, those doubts will be sky high. So Dak, I do believe in you, just not as much as I believe in Brock Purdy.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Right.
I'm just going to jump right in and add this guy down in the bayou. Derek Carr.
Oh, wow.
There is a
like
car
MVP.
collision
Smart people say.
up ahead. And Derek Carr, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if I even believe that you're the right guy that needs to be driving this vehicle. Wow. Look, you got down to New Orleans and everybody was excited, including everybody in that locker room. You are the missing piece. And you got out and started the season and you scored a measly 16 points. But you threw for 300 yards, and so everybody kind of overlooked it. But this team has been sputtering offensively, only averaging 15.5 points. You're at the helm. Are you the problem? Are you the solution? We're still trying to figure it out. Now you have to go to Gillette with the Bill Belichick team that just got embarrassed 38-3.
Okay.
And you have to go up there and play against the defense and shine because you're 2-2. The last 2 weeks, I get it. You got an AC joint. I'm not giving any more excuses. I gave too many to Joe Burrow, so I don't have any more to give out. So you don't get a pass. Look, down in the NFC South, we thought you guys were the team. We thought you were the answer. And Baker Mayfield is down there with the Bucs saying, this is my division. Until you get to what everybody believes down there, and maybe you can convince me this week that you are the guy, I need you to be under duress, feeling all this pressure and playing with pride this weekend. Get it done. Your defense needs you. Michael Thomas wants to show up. Yeah. Chris Olave wants to show up. You got all these weapons, Alvin Kamara. Be the reason why you guys are Super Bowl contenders, not going to miss out on the play.
You know what? You're right on the money. Because look, Derek Carr was one of my dark horse MVP candidates. That's number one. No, usually I'm right on the money with that. I mean, Jameis a couple years ago was playing great. Yeah. This is the first one that's gone a little bit awry.
Yeah. Okay.
So and Jameis is there. I mean, if he doesn't get it done,
battle of the
then they might have to start throwing Jameis in there. Yeah, he's got to win because the defense is legit.
All right. I hate to do this.
This was redacted.
I know he didn't want to.
But it comes from a place. You know what? This initially came from a place of love, and now it comes from a place of circumspection. I'm adding Kevin Wilde.
Oh, here we go. Why? Because they had a bad meeting? I yelled at you?
Well, no. So, listen, Kevin Wilde, Brew and I want you to succeed. Okay. And we have, tried to give you multiple opportunities. We said, hey, you made, for the second straight year, the worst Super Bowl pick of anyone in the national media.
Super Bowl
we will allow you to get off that. And you said, okay, I'm actually doubling down on the Vikings. You have tied yourself to one of the worst quarterbacks in football. We held a literal intervention, and then you just grabbed the bottle and guzzled more. And now you seem to be, lashing out at inopportune times, like the morning meeting. But that is not what has made me Wild, made himself a martyr. Fine, take it out of the show. But that's not the problem. As always, post-Wednesday shows, the committee gets together via Zoom to review the tape, like any good committee would, of the tiers. Make sure I represented the committee well. And during that film session, a committee member noticed something that, Brew, I think you're going to find quite concerning. We all know Wildes is a national treasure. And I saw some of these comments on the YouTube tape, and we can show you. In the first one, I was like, this is wonderful, from Brian Hill, Big Dog. Shows nothing about Wilde's intro, set the tone. Yeah. It's like, you know what I like about that comment? It came from a real person.
Well.
But then the rest of these YouTube comments, it's just less about what they say and more about their handles. Yep. Couple words, bunch of numbers. Wilde's opening, laughing emoji. Next one, please. Once again, one name and a bunch of numbers. Just put them all on the screen. They're going to have something in common, a name and a bunch of numbers, and then another name and a bunch of numbers. And so I wonder, Wildes, if in your quest to become Instagram famous, and while you're deep in the YouTube comments, are you posting these about yourself?
For the record, I have never shied away from this. I have several accounts that I post.
Oh, my God.
I've never shied away from it. I am up there writing compliments about myself every day, and it's difficult. I write them about you guys, too. You act like it's a selfish endeavor. You don't love the man in the mirror. Who's going to love him? You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Quickly, I'm going to put Mac Jones on the Bud list. And everybody's having a blast trying to identify What's wrong with the Patriots? You know what they say in real estate? You guys dabble in any real estate? Location, location, location.
Ooh.
So when a house isn't selling, you're not like, well, I don't know. What about the crown moldings? What about the handle on the bathtub? Like, no, it's the location. It's next to a nuclear waste plant, and there's a three-headed cat running around. That's the issue. The issue for you, Mac Jones, is interceptions. That's it. It's interceptions. When you play the Saints, don't throw it to the Saints. Throw it to the Patriots. Here's a list of touchdowns that you're responsible for. Gosh darn it, half of them are Patriots, half of them are guys on the other team, Cowboys and Eagles. You don't throw an interception, you're 11-5. You do throw an interception, you're 6-13. That's it. We know Judon's not there. We know Christian Gonzalez is not there. We know we don't have Tyreek Hill on the team. We know all that. It's just the interceptions. And I know Van Der Esch was a turnover, but we get it. It's a fumble. Throw the ball to the Patriots. It's not hard, Greg. I know it's not your fault, but
if it were only that simple.
It is.
It's like if you said to Greg Ostertag, just stop Shaq from dunking.
Greg Ostertag.
That's it. It's that easy. Just stop Shaq from
Much
dunking.
easier to not throw to the wrong team than stopping Shaq. His propensity to throw the ball to the other team is Shaq level.
It's just, we'll see. I mean, that's what it's looking like.
You're going to hear about that on the comments. Trust me. I'm going to be on there.
Please.
Heavy.
Just because y'all haven't heard of what? Stop this. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. They actually got you looking better up there.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.